Hello, darlings. Welcome to All Hands on Deck Tarot. Hello, it's September 25th. We are in Libra season. My mother's birthday was yesterday. Yes, Libra. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Libra's in the middle. Of course, Libra's in the middle. The scales. It balances everything. Everything. How are you? Hope your day was well. Hope your week has been well. Hope your month has been well. Yay! 9/25/19. Yeah, I found yesterday to be everything had to be. Now I know Virgo season is exacting. Yesterday, everything had to be exactly a certain way. I don't know. I was like, oh my gosh. That's why my mother's the way she is. I baked for my mother yesterday. And we went out and we visited all the great grandchildren, and that was great. But I baked the night before. So that would have been the 23rd, which was the first day of Libra season. Exactly, right. And I noticed that as much as I struggled with Virgo season, with everything, the way Virgo season is, I noticed the first day of Libra season, and baking has to be exact. It's not like cooking. Cooking you can, play here, throw a little bit of this. No, baking is an exact thing. It must be specific. And yesterday, it was like specific on top of specific doubled, specific to the second power. It was like, whoa, I even had to check myself. And I was like, yeah, okay. That is why my mother is who she is. And so I accepted and conceded, and everything turned out lovely. Yes. It was like preparation ahead, thinking ahead, compensating for the next thing, knowing ahead. It was, if I lived like that all the time, I would be worn out. So yeah, so now I know that. I was more sensitive yesterday about Libra season than I've ever been, and about my mother's birthday. And it's a secret, she turned 88. So it was double 8. So it's double infinity, and that touched me this year. Like, that meant something to me this year, that I thought for her. Yeah, double 8s, ongoing, never ending. Yeah, and there's an ease in that 8. It's like watching a car on a racetrack or a train go around. It's like soothing because it's continuous. And you watch for the continuation and you feel secure in that continual motion. And that's what I was noticing and feeling. So, yeah, there you go. All right, all about that. Let's move on. Okay, here we go. I cut them. I know I did. So we deserve the bottom card. Whew. My deck's upside down. Turn. Switch. Try that again. 8 of Cups. Walking away. Emotional. This is for air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is a water sign card. Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this is walking away from emotional unfulfillment to go find something higher, towards the moon, towards spiritual enlightenment, towards understanding things that you didn't understand before. And like I said, I understood things differently yesterday, in the beginning of Libra season, the day before, last 2 days. So, yeah, air signs, Libra especially. Let's make this a Libra especially air sign reading, okay? Since I seem to be absorbed in Libra. Yay. Walking away from what does not fulfill you to find higher meaning. Ace of Cups. Water signs. Power of complete love. Fulfillment, overflowing love. The power of that. Crossed by, the Hangman. Thinking about it. Being stuck in a place and needing enlightenment, needing to know what's going on. Hangman is Neptune. This is water. Again, there's a lot of water going on for you air signs. What's up? This is water, Neptune, and Neptune's about spirituality. Social understanding of like the humanity. Spiritual enlightenment with brand new love, power of full, complete, overflowing abundance of love, of emotional stability, of happiness and satisfaction in emotions, stability in that, with contemplation in your spirituality, which, right, contemplation in your spirituality, walking away from what does not serve you emotionally to find what does. So here's a big cup of emotional satisfaction, but you've walked away from 8 cups. Because you want the big major, you want the super mega one, but you got to think about it first. You have to think about it first. That golden bowl, that golden sphere, that golden sphere. You have to think about it. You're not willing to just accept the way it is. You have to do more introspection about that. Okay. Makes sense. Again, 2 of Swords. Dual competition, a fierce competitor, not moving forward. It's that 8 kind of thing again. It's, yeah, there's things going on, but I'm not making a decision. I'm sitting here not moving on this. There's rocks in the back, so there's some rough things I have to deal with. I don't want to look at it. I'm blindfolded. I don't want to deal with it. I'm covering my heart. My arms are crossed over my heart. I have swords out. So I'm thinking. I have things to say. I have something to say to somebody else. Somebody has something to say to me. There's conflict. There's duality. So this continuum here of, which again would be right for Libra, love, beginning, abundance, but let me think about it. 8 cups of emotional fulfillment, but let me walk away and think something else. It's that. It's, I have this, but what about this? And that's exactly what the Libra mind does. It evaluates. Yeah, what about this? But what about this? But what about this? But what about this? Bless you, Libras. Yay! Next. Broken heart. Pain, loss, suffering. 3 swords. Now, of course, swords are air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Swords are air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have 2 of swords. We have 3 of swords. So swords are higher level thinking. Their thought process. Their aggression. They are defense. What do we do with our words and our thoughts? We actively speak, or we be quiet, or we're defensive if somebody else says something we didn't like. When we're hurt, maybe we say things that are mean. When maybe people say things to us or do things to us or aren't there for us, we're hurt in our emotions. So again, emotions, heart, emotions, not fulfilled, walking away, heart, emotions, stabbed, heart, emotions, contemplation, stuck, uh, defense, thought, conflict, back and forth. Yeah. A lot of that happening. What else, Libra? Page of Cups, another cup. An offering, a thought of an offering, an emotional gift, a fish in the cup. So not only the cup, which stands for the emotions, the water, the cups that hold the water, the subconscious, our minds, our spiritual enlightenment inside of our head, of our subconscious, our unconscious. But there's a fish in there, and the fish, is like a thing, an alive thing, a birth of, a gift, an offering, a moving, beating, real, alive thing. So is that a gift, an apology, a life, roses, an offer, a poem, you know, a flower? I don't know. Something's in the cup he wants to give. He wants to offer something alive and growing and moving and thinking and and spiritual and awakened and understood and aware. He's offering an emotional awareness. Page of Pentacles. Now he's offering stability. Again, a thought. The pages are the offering thought of the possibility to offer this pentacle, this globe of wealth and stability that he wants to show off to the world. He's young, scholar, he's smart. He's standing on good earth, being stable and secure and showing the world what he has that's of value. And he wants to offer it. It's a thought of an offer of stability and value after a thought of an offer of emotional gifting. Now they're facing two different directions. So you have a water sign and an earth sign that have two different offers available to you, air sign. Two different offers in two different directions. One's stability and possessions and wealth, and one's emotional values, offers, gifts, emotional gifts. Two different things, two different sides. I'm turning over the top card on this deck, which is the devil, which is Capricorn, which is earth sign, which is vices, which is attaching to our needs of the material world, which is chaining to, sexual desires and passions that are not, tamed, wild, beast-like behavior, drinking a lot, smoking a lot, having sex a lot, gambling, drugs, driving too much, spending too much, shopping, addictions, things we're chained to that we think we need in this world, this material world, compared to spiritual enlightenment, where you're seeking something to understand more, where you're seeking to understand on a higher level. This is base needs. Yeah, that's interesting. So there's a very base thing here that is part of this, but there's a lot going on around it. I want another deck of cards. And I'm going to take these cards, the golden, look, there's something in my, the golden edged Philly deck. So, Libra air sign, We have an emotional unfulfillment and a walking away to find spiritual enlightenment. We have a brand new, powerful gift of overflowing abundance in love and emotional stability, crossed with being stuck in a place where you have to go inside and understand more and comprehend more and be enlightened more. To a place that's already been, it's been like this, it's been like a duality, a competition, a confrontation, a duel in yourself or with someone else, able opponent, a strong opponent, an equal opponent, a competition with an equal opponent, a duel with an equal opponent, with yourself, a back and forth, an inability to move forward, a rough seas and rocks, but an inability to take the blindfold off to look at it, and not wanting to deal with it, a duality, swords in a heart. This has been, but it's on its way out in this position. So a brokenheartedness, that deep hurt that's come from pain and the emotions that was caused by, thoughts, words, other people, defense, aggression. There was an aggressive hurting of the heart. Then there's a gifting in the emotions and a gifting in the prosperity and the wealth. A baseness, a human baseness of our needs, our menial, banal needs, our wants and our desires, all of that. It sits at the bottom of all of this because we are human and we want what we want and we want it when we want it. And we want to have it and we'll do what we want and can in order to get it. And when we're not satisfied, we'll walk away. And even when we have it, we're not sure. I can't open my eyes any bigger. It's not easy being a Libra, is it? No, it's not. I can tell. Jiminy Christmas. All right, what else can we get for the dear, sweet Libras that struggle with themselves and their inner self, battling their own battles, let alone the world? Five of Pentacles. So Pentacles are signs of stability, but this one always depicts, there's spiritual enlightenment. Again, this duality. The spiritual enlightenment of the church window, because there's warmth inside, there's light, there's heat, there's people, there's a network, there's resources, there's enlightenment. But outside, these people are standing out there in the cold and aching and struggling and doing without and struggling, surviving against the odds. It's snowing and they're in shorts. So again, a duality of spiritual enlightenment and yet feeling lost, feeling like you're having not. You're left out in the cold. So there seems to be a real thing going on that you're struggling with, Libra, with yourself, with spiritual enlightenment, with what you have, who you are, and where you're going, and what you believe, and what you have to offer, and what you want to receive, and what you've been through, and what you think about it, and where you're going. A lot of stuff there, A little bit. Say prayers for you guys and gals. Now we're going to get a couple more cards to see what is going on here with these wonderful Libras that are struggling with their balance, their back and forth, their in and out, their up and down, their spiritual enlightenment side and their banal menial, base human needs and their desire for love, but their inability to accept it, their struggle with healing their heart, with their wanting to offer, with their wanting to give, with their wanting to receive, with their wanting to walk away, all that. What can we find here, spirit guides? This one wanted to be out. I'm just gonna stop now. Two of Swords. Two of Swords doubled. What did I tell you? Doubled to the second power. I'm going to read you something. Duel. Equal opposing forces. Competition. Test of strength. Dialectic dispute. Think about that for a minute. And then I'm going to read you the classic definition. A need for well-balanced emotions, a stalemate in one's affairs, indecision, possible trouble ahead, a temporary truce in family quarrels. The seeker has a well-developed sense of balance and rhythm, but is in need of direction. Need of direction. So balance and rhythm, you have that. The back and forth you have. The back and forth, the two different things. You got that. You're not sure where you're going, are you? Okay, that's fair. You're not sure where you're going, and that's okay. Be okay with where you are. Be okay with plateau. Sometimes we go up the mountain, sometimes we fall down the ravine, sometimes we just plateau and we hold. Right now, be okay with that. Maybe you don't have to make a decision right now. Maybe you can just hang, just chill, just just hold your scales balanced between our human banality and your desire to be enriched and enlightened on a higher level. Yes, I get it. Your desire to want to move forward with love and heal your old wounds. Your desire to have huge abundances of love while you also want spiritual enlightenment. You're interested in giving and receiving. You struggle with what you thought you had inadequate resources, with your desire for huge amounts of spiritual enlightenment, all that. Indecision, your stalemate, your truce, family quarrels, your competition with someone, your dialectic dispute, all the things. That's the back and forth that you're worried about. Now this is a card of balance. It's reciprocity. It's giving to others. It's not always balanced to give and take, is it? Sometimes one person gets more. Sometimes some people need more. Like kids or puppies, maybe there's one that needs more attention and one needs more support physically. One needs more emotional support. One needs more laughter. One needs more song because they're melancholy. One needs to do more artwork. One needs to chew on your table legs more, the dog, not your kids. One needs to be cuddled more. One likes to be more independent. Like everything and everybody's a little bit different. So the needs are different. So sometimes what we give and receive isn't exactly balanced, is it? Because, needs are different for each. So give as much as you can, reserve what you need for yourself, receive as much as you feel comfortable, and be okay with the things that you're not ready for yet, that haven't come to you yet, that are on their way, but you're maybe not sure, you're not ready. They're not ready to come to you yet. So be okay with where you are, what you have, who you are, what you've been given, what you have to offer the world. Be the little drummer boy and be okay with bringing your little drum song to the manger. You don't have, gold and mirth and frankincense. No, you have a song and a drum beat to offer. And believe in it. And be okay with who you are and what you have to offer and where you are in your life and what you've been through and what you feel inside that you need and want compared to what you know you don't want anymore, but you're not there yet. And that's okay. Be okay with just where you are in the road, in the journey. Because look, there's a Knight of Wands on his way. And wands are fire. It's the first fire we had. Fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. The spark, the growth, the movement, the ready to go forward. See, when you're done with the back and forth and you be okay with your plateau and you stop putting pressure on yourself and you just relax and breathe, a spark of energy is going to come. You're going to be like, oh, now I have an idea, I know what to do. Or your friend's going to come and say, hey, I have a big wand I want to share with you. You want to take a ride? See what I mean? Like, it's going to come, the spark, the growth, the energy, the forward movement, the action. When you breathe and relax into where you are now and accept your balance that isn't always going to be perfectly balanced sometimes, and be okay with that. Libra, air signs, love you. You got this.